Rip City. It's time for the NBA. Hey, Dave.
Kevin, thanks very much.
Portland is indeed one of the great cities in the NBA. David, thank you. Here are the five for the Clippers. They've got Paul George. Marcus Morris is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's Zubac in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And for the Trailblazers, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Nurkic is out there with Anthony. And it's Ariza in at the small forward position. No good. Great D that time from Leonard. And it's Ariza in the corner. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Leonard looking around. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast. Plenty of experience, Greg, on the floor tonight. How does that shape what we're about to see, do you think?
You know, Kevin, this is one of those games where guys are going to be smart out on the floor. They're going to be in the right positions to make plays. And honestly, this could come down to who makes the bigger, tougher shots.
Here's Lillard. Paul George making his last shot. Ariza finds Anthony. Good work defensively by Morris. And just over a minute played here in the start of the game. Here's George. And George with the stuff.
Well, Kawhi Leonard's passing skills have developed over the years, and if you give him that much attention, he'll find his teammates.
McCollum left side to the middle. Nurkic the pass to Lillard. It's stolen by Morris. And here we go. Beverley heading to the hoop. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist.
Boy, they came ready to play. That's 4 straight buckets to start the game.
Passes it to Nurkic. To halt the run, it's hauled in by Zubac.
They are 0 for the game thus far. 0 of 4 here, still looking for their first make.
And Kawhi Leonard, one of the league's most dominant rebounders, Doris, from the wing position.
Board man gets paid. That was his motto from back in high school and college. It's all about hard work and earning your keep, according to Kawhi.
Now Lillard. Paul George missing from long range.
Yeah, trying to get going here, but that's an offer for the first 5 here to start the game. Thus far, they haven't gotten the ball inside at all.
Zubac, and the dunk by Zubac.
Yeah, we're seeing some fireworks from them already.
Well, what I love is the game plan has been solid from the opening tip, and guys are making their shots. That's critical.
Now here's McCollum. Ariza tips it back in.
And we talk about court awareness. There, McCollum doing a beautiful job spotting the open man.
Here's George. 8-point game. Here's Leonard. Zubac trying to break loose. Count it.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Ariza against George. Leonard with the steal. And here we go. Fast break. Beverly's got it. Now that's how to finish the break. Throw down with force.
Always amongst the league leader in steals, Kawhi Leonard knows how to start a fast break.
Ariza passes to Nurkic. And that one is off. And the Clippers will go the other way with it.
You know, he might want to think about deferring for a while. He's had his chances this quarter, but just not able to convert.
Outside, George. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It's going to be on Yusuf Nurkic.
See, I don't think you could teach that. Paul George going right into contact. You love that aggressiveness.
And the first one drops. So Portland ends up going with the new group. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Harrell, he's checked in for Zubac. JaMychal Green comes in for Marcus Morris. Landry Shamet's checked in for Kawhi Leonard. And it's Williams in for Patrick Beverley. And JaMychal Green picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Jackson, he's checked in for the Clippers. The pass to Little. Here's Whiteside, and the jam by Whiteside.
Yeah, he just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful two-hand jam. Shamet finds Harrell. Outside Jackson, pass to Shamet. beyond the arc. And again, no good by the Clippers. Trailblazers trail by 10. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
You know, this is not an area where they expect him to contribute. You know, he's a guy that shot below 70% last season.
And so he's able to get 1 of 2. For Los Angeles, they've gone 7 of 9 from the field. A really nice start offensively for them. Williams kicks to Harrell. Green breaking loose. And Harrell, the bucket on the assist by Williams.
And they have owned the paint so far, and the score reflects it.
I know it's early, but you have got to like the dominance down low. Right now, they are playing bully basketball.
Good.
Yeah, and the presence of Whiteside in the paint, really unreal. He is a dominant figure down low. Great work to grab that second chance opportunity.
Now here's Williams. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Up again. Great positioning on the putback.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
Left side, Collins. Here's Little. The feed to Whiteside. Shamet with the steal. And here is Green. Nobody near Williams. And the 3 ball is good.
They've been excellent so far, coming in with a well-balanced attack.
On the offensive end, it feels like they're getting the shots they want, and defensively, they are connected and on a string.
And so it's the... And before the game, we ran into Damian Lillard, who touched upon the...
What we've learned is staying together.
And Greg, of course, he helps keep everyone on the same page.
He communicates well with his teammates, and he listens. That's why they trust him. The discussions go both ways.
And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And a comfortable margin here for the Clippers, guys.
Well, the offense is clicking, and they seem to have seized the momentum here early on.
Boy, it's been a really pretty thing to watch, executing their game plan to perfection.
Collins is out there with Whiteside. Then it's Rodney Hood. Then it's Little. And it's Trent in at the 1. They're the group the Portland Trailblazers will start the second quarter with. And it's Green missing. Trailblazers trail by 14. Here's Little. It's rebounded by Lou Williams.
Well, defensively, if you allow him to get this close, you're playing with fire. He just happened to miss that one.
Outside, Green. Green draws the double. Outside, Williams. Green finds Jackson. 5 on the clock. Williams can't hit. And so Hood will bring it up for the Portland Trailblazers. They haven't allowed any points in the second quarter.
I really admire the presence of mind from Rodney Hood. He's terrific at realizing when one of his teammates is wide open.
Clippers moving the ball around. Green, the pass to Shamet. Hood against Williams. He dishes it to Harrell. And stolen by Hood. Here's Little. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
You love to see Rodney Hood dishing the rock. He's got outstanding size at the shooting guard spot to see over defenders.
Pass to Jackson. Kicks to Harrell. And the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball. Greg, we know the names of the superstars, but there are players that are just under that category who probably should get a little more recognition.
Hey, Kevin, that's a great point, and I'm going to toot my alma mater's horn a little bit. Christian Wood's a guy that kind of reminds me of that. He's kind of on the come up. How about Devontae Graham, the second rounder back in 2018, but he's showing to be an established young talent in this league, and there are many more guys like that, and they're going to have their opportunity to become household names.
Clippers leading by 8. Right side, Williams. Down low, Harrell kicks to Williams. There's the 3. Portland grabs the miss. Whiteside's got his 6th rebound on the night, and the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. Here's McCollum. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. And McCollum on the floor, all business. Off the court, he's a very outspoken player, very colorful guy. And Greg, you were saying you see a future in media for him when he stops playing.
No doubt about it, Kevin. I mean, McCollum spoke up quickly about the seriousness of the virus when they were playing. He's very knowledgeable and shares what's on his mind.
And it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the officials.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on. And last year showed that there's still a place in the NBA for a guy like Melo. Mostly a mid-range shooter in the league that has turned away from that. But buckets are buckets, and Melo can still light it up.
Up the floor. And, oh, boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two.
And when you think of McCollum, the word efficient comes to mind. This guy just shoots the ball and plays the game at a high level.
And so McCollum nails both of them. Well, Carmelo Anthony was out of the NBA for about a year, calendar-wise. Greg, were you surprised it took him so long to get a look and get back in the NBA?
Kevin, I wasn't shocked, but absolutely I was surprised. I mean, it was always going to take the right fit for Melo and the right team. And in this case, it was the Blazers. But Melo showed he has legs left in the league and can still be a positive.
Lillard misses.
Boy, in that close, he's almost automatic. But boy, that's pretty good defense. Wow.
And Morris throws it down.
And dropping the sledgehammer there, he curves a 10-0 run by Portland.
Here's Nurkic, shoots over Zubac, and an air ball on that one. Way off. Los Angeles leading by 6. Now Leonard to the inside. Nurkic with the steal. And it's McCollum off the drive. Nails the baby hook. McCollum's got 4 points in the quarter.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
George, shooting foul. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Leonard against Nurkic. From deep, George. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Leonard's got 4 assists in the game.
Well, the three-point shooting of Paul George is an important attribute. Because he can put it on the deck, he's got to balance it with that kind of look right there.
And they keep hammering away at him inside.
And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. The Clippers on
the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Good. Right out of the gates, it was the Clippers setting the tone. A smoldering performance. And that does it for our...
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. Without question, George is displaying his skills today.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
Boy, he has been shouldering the load. Aggressive, skilled, talented, and thus far unstoppable.
And the Clippers, looking at who they've got. We've got Montrezl Harrell. Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverley. Then there's Patrick Patterson. And it's Leonard in at the 3, the small forward. Anthony finds Nurkic. Lillard against Harrell. Lillard with the bucket.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Passes it to Leonard. Here's Patterson. Offline with his 3.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Count the basket. Anthony's got 6 points.
Boy, you got to keep up. That time, Anthony leaving the defense in the rear view.
Here's Leonard. Harrell trying to free himself up.
Well, an 0 for 3 start to the half. You need to pick it up and start to put some pressure on your opponent.
The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. Nurkic has got the lead up to 1 now for the Trailblazers.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
That's not an easy play. Paul George is an extraordinary player. Keeps his eye on the bucket at all times.
Leonard inside. Ariza covering. And it's Leonard. That time on the assist by George.
Well, there's an unpredictability to his offensive game. He is always keeping the defense off balance.
And Nurkic has it in the corner. Back to Lillard. Feeds to Nurkic. Rebound by the Clippers. They've led by as many as 14 points.
I'll tell you, no matter what he does, he can't find his rhythm, and you get the sense he's starting to press a little bit.
Now, in the free agent race last year, for your money, Greg, who would you have rather take? Kawhi and PG, Kevin Durant and Kyrie?
Oof. Oh, wow. I tell you what, it's a tough call. You know, Kawhi's got a couple finals MVPs. KD's got a couple. Kyrie's got a ring. It's a tough call. I mean, PG is more than capable, man. I think it's a toss-up, partner.
I agree. Yeah, I'm going to agree with you. And here is Los Angeles now. It's a 3-point game. Jackson looking around. Morris passes to Harrell. Williams kicks to George. And it's good off the back rim and in. George has got 6 in the quarter.
Now, Paul George is a phenomenal catch-and-shoot guy. Measures the shot before receiving the pass. It's hard to guard.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. They get Hassan Whiteside. He's had 4 chances at the line, made them all. First one falls for him.
To think that at one point, after that horrific leg injury, Paul George, there was some doubt whether he could regain the level of play we're accustomed to. But this guy gets better and better.
Cullen passes to Trent. He's looking for Harrell and finds him. Here's Williams. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Williams has got 5.
How about the focus of Lou Williams? Inside, able to finish. Nice.
Here's McCollum. Dishes to Whiteside. And Portland turns it over again. So for the Trailblazers, Zach Collins checked in for Little. And Anthony subbed in for Rodney Hood. And we just got a second look there at the exceptional mobile 1 block.
And when you're behind in the game, that's what you've got to do. Contest every shot.
And stolen by Whiteside. Trent passes to Collins. To the middle, Paul George with the steal. And Williams with the clear path to the hoop. Finished off the break. He's got 7.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
George against McCollum. Out to the right wing. 1:07 left in the third quarter. Looking to end the run. And the rejection by Harrell. Williams kicks to George. Now the dish to Morris. Three-pointer. And it's Hassan Whiteside with the rebound. Whiteside's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. And he gets it to go as they call the foul. He's on his way to the line for one more.
That pass had to be thrown not only in the right spot, but at the right time.
Trevor Ariza's checked in for Portland. Damian Lillard comes in for McCollum. Zubac is checked in for the Clippers. Landry Shamet comes in for George. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. Back to Williams. There's the pass to Zubac. Here's Shamet. Off target from three-point range.
Boy, he won't miss many from that spot. The defense gets lucky there.
And it's Anthony with the jam.
How about that? He made no mistake on that one.
And it's Williams with the ball for Los Angeles. 6-point lead. Shamet the pass to Williams. Morris dishes to Williams. To the paint. But he recovers it.
Well, at a healthy 235, Marcus Morris is pretty good at throwing his weight around, especially on the glass.
1 second left.
Way to create just enough separation to get that shot to go.
Well,
Paul George, he's been the guy making things happen for the LA Clippers. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. We've got more in store for you right after this. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And he may not be known as a pass-first guy playing out of the two-guard spot, but he shows here that he can dole out an assist or two when he needs to.
well, having multiple playmakers on the floor makes you a much tougher team to defend.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. Trevor Ariza out there with Anthony. Then it's Damian Lillard. Then there's Yusuf Nurkic. And it's Trent in at the 2 spot. That's the group on the floor for Portland. Trailblazers trail by 5. Lillard, right side. He wants to get it to Nurkic and does. And for the Clippers, their shooting has been just great so far, up at 56%. Morris, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And the Clippers lead by 7.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
Ariza no luck. The Clippers have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. That's another one for him, his 5th in just 7 shots.
This is a small forward who, because he's 230 pounds, can hold his own down in the low post. That is nicely done.
Pass to Trent. It's tipped. Lillard with it. Ariza outside. Deep 2 from Anthony. Portland no good that time either. Leonard with the ball. He's picked up by Ariza. And that one's good. Leonard.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
Inside. Shot to stop the run. That one's good, and the Clipper lead is cut to just 9 on the basket from Nurkic.
And with his skill, Nurkic can score from anywhere on the court. But when you're 280, his skills probably better utilized inside. When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
To me, this has simply stated been a complete lack of defensive attention and focus all night long.
Shamet finds Beverly. No good on the triple. And Zubac picks up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. The Trailblazers making a switch here. McCollum's checked in. The Clippers also changing it up. Harrell comes in for Ivica Zubac. And George is subbed in for Landry Shamet. And stolen by Harrell. And now the fast break. George with the ball. Lays it in off the pretty alley-oop.
Exceptional vision by Paul George. This guy is tearing up the defense.
Ariza outside. Fires the 3. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. George has got 4 rebounds in this game. And Beverly kicks to Leonard. Pass to Morris. George with no one around. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Trailblazers trail by 13. Reza passes to Nurkic. Can't hit that one. The Clippers go the other way with it. It's George on the wing. They get it again. Leonard fires the three. Here's Harrell outside for George. Morris outside from deep. And there's Paul George on the assist by Morris. George has got 20.
What you love about Paul George is if he understands he's got his game in rhythm, he's going to stay aggressive.
It's Ariza on the wing. Lillard the pass to Nurkic. Great D that time from Harrell. And here are the Clippers. Outpacing them right now in a 15-2 run. Oh, Leonard in position. Hammers the alley-oop through.
And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident-looking performance for the Clippers.
Look at their number of assists.
You know, they didn't get stuck in those one-on-one situations, and they got the ball to the guys with the best matchups. Easy drives, open jumpers, and great ball movement.
And, you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Kawhi Leonard.
I think it would be impossible to overstate the influence he had on this basketball game. He was the centerpiece of what they did on the offensive end and the anchor of their defense. That's as complete a performance as we've seen.
Lillard attacking. Nice concentration to hit the double clutch layup.
Major props to Lillard there. Terrific focus to get hit on that shot and still deliver.
There's 45 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Beverly against Lillard. Floats it up there for Harrell. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. And now Portland on the break. Here's Ariza. It's rebounded by Leonard. And so it's Leonard with it. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. They've allowed just 7 points here in the fourth quarter. It's George on the wing. And another three for the Clippers.
Finishing strong. This is how you want to close things out.
No question. They've gotten hot at exactly the right time. Clutch play on a team level.
The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
You know, and even when the play isn't for him, Anthony able to get on the glass and on the scoreboard.
So it's Los Angeles winning this one easily. All right, David, thank you. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. It's and hit.
Kevin, thank you.
Indeed, something special, David. Thanks. Now a look at Dallas's starting lineup. Inside of the 4 and the 5, Porzingis and Powell. Luka Doncic out there with Hardaway. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3 spot. And for the Clippers, Marcus Morris is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then it's Paul George. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Beverly in at the point guard position. Now here is Morris. Throws it up high. Zubac no good.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
And you know, guys, always a tough catch on the lob. Placement and timing have to be close to perfect.
Deep benches tonight, Greg, on both sides. This seems to be a growing trend.
You know, teams are digging deeper than ever before, even getting into the two-way contracts that give you depth past your top 15 guys. One, you're trying to protect the investment in your big-ticket items, your franchise-caliber players, but you got to keep an eye on the future in terms of player development. That's another area where the league has really changed when you look at the makeup of these rosters.
Well said. And here we go. Fast break. Beverly's got it. And the shot goes down.
Love the unselfishness of Beverly. I mean, when he sees his teammate wide open, he quickly gets him the ball.
Outside Hardaway. Pass to Finney-Smith. And so it's going to be a 3-second violation out there on the defense. The Mavericks shooting their first foul shot of the game.
And just to mention, a season ago, they were very comfortable at the line, hitting about 78% of their free throws.
And the technical free throw is good. Now here is Hardaway. From the arc. Again, the miss by the Mavericks.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
And the officials call a traveling violation. For Dallas, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Doncic finds Powell. Doncic right side. Porzingis passes to Powell. Lays it up off the glass.
Boy, KP wanting to dish it when his guys are open. I love that team-first attitude on display.
And a 5-star recruit coming out of high school. Powell had an excellent college career, yet he fell to the 2nd round of the draft. Didn't even hear his name called as he was selected during a commercial break.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Doncic outside. Here's Finney-Smith. A 3-pointer off the mark. And it's the Clippers' ball. And GA, even when he did arrive to the NBA, it took Powell a while to latch on.
You know, traded a couple times in his first year. He was assigned and recalled 10 times in about a month with Boston's D-League affiliate. Finally found a home in Dallas. Everything turned around from that point forward.
Well, you can't give him any room to maneuver on the board because once he does, he's going to make you pay.
And that one's good. Beverly.
Like how Beverly takes on challenges. This guy's a pit bull in his competitiveness. Aggressive at shooting over the defense, even when they're all in it.
Finney-Smith can't get it to go. And so it's Morris with it. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. They trail by 1. The Mavericks have gotten 3 of 8 shots to fall for them here in the first quarter. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Well, coming into the league with immense potential, Porzingis has already fulfilled much of it, already an all-star. But you know, Greg, there are still areas he's working on.
Yeah, he's definitely getting stronger and more physical. You'd like to see him make the next pass a little more often when a teammate has a better shot. But if he can just stay healthy, boy, the sky's the limit on what he can accomplish.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers.
Oh, my goodness. Save that one. I want to see that again.
Me too. Just absolutely beautiful.
Virtually impossible to top that alley-oop.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Clippers trail by 4. To the paint. Here's Harrell. And Harrell slams it in.
And don't sleep on Williams's ability to create for others. That's a veteran play.
Curry passes to Porzingis. Now here's Brunson. And it's a defensive 3-second violation. The Mavericks shooting their 4th shot at the foul line here. And he shows the focus there, nails the technical. Lou Williams, so crafty, GA. Just a knack for putting the ball in the basket.
This guy just has the gift. I mean, it's been that way forever. He is just a born scorer.
Dallas making a switch here. Cauley Stein's checked in. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Nice work inside by Cauley Stein. Great tools as a finisher.
And stolen by Wright. Pushing it up. And Cauley Stein with the basket on the assist by Curry. Cauley Stein's got his second bucket of the game to go. Clippers have gone 50% from the field to this point, 4 of 8. Williams dishes to Harrell. Back to Williams. At the elbow, Green. Shamet on the wing. 3 on the clock. Here's Dallas. They're on a 15-6 run. Wright, the pass to Cauley Stein. And Wright kicks to Brunson. Back to Wright. The pass to Cauley Stein. Green with the rebound. Harrell up top. Can't hit from in close. High post, Cauley Stein. Misses from short range. And so it's the Dallas Mavericks heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. What a defense. Earlier tonight, we spoke with Paul George about how they've integrated all the talent on this team.
Everybody has a chip on their shoulder.
Greg, that last point is key. This team plays lockdown defense.
And that's a big part of their identity. Most teams talk about being well balanced. This team lives it.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Mavericks?
Showing a lot of confidence in their rotation. They went right to that bench when they needed points.
And you know, when the bench is playing such a big role early, that certainly allows the starters to stay fresh throughout the game.
Green is out there with Landry Shamet. Then there's Reggie Jackson. Then there's Harrell. And it's Williams at the 2 guard. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
And how? I mean, they're taking this defense to task, taking them to school. Every one of their last 10 points have come in the paint.
Brunson kicks to Curry. From outside, off the mark. Clippers trail by 5. And it's Williams throwing it down.
And you want more of this from Jackson. The more unselfish he is, the better the team.
Curry on the wing. To the inside. Here's Cauley Stein, and he converts the layup. That's now 8 points for Willie Cauley Stein.
At the offensive end, he's been assertive and efficient, guys. A big reason why they hold this lead right now.
Count it.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
Mavericks leading by 3. Kleba inside. Jackson on him. Kleba with the bucket.
And that's what he does. I mean, he is a bucket getter.
Shamet the pass to Harrell. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. Looking at current NBA players, Greg, leaving aside the real star players, who would you love to have played with from this era?
Man, there's so many guys that, you know, and I hate to call them role players because they bring so much more.
And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And finished off by Leonard.
And then Leonard enjoys jamming it home. Got to keep him as far away from the hoop as possible.
Dallas leading by 5. Doncic kicks to Finney-Smith. Back to Doncic. Hardaway for 3. Doncic finds Powell. Paul George with the steal. And here we go. Fast break. Beverly's got it. And it's Leonard missing.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Here's Powell. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And, you know, when Powell is this deep, the defense knows they're in trouble. Sometimes they have no choice but to foul him.
He hits the second from the line. Here in the second quarter, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now.
And I remember when Doncic was first asked, who is your favorite player? And, boy, he did not hesitate. LeBron James.
Hey, Greg, for guys of his generation, that would be the answer for 80 to 90% of them, and with good reason. How about these quotes from Doncic? He said, if I dunk on LeBron, I can retire. But I like this one a little better. He said, LeBron can play in a lot of different positions. I can too. But for me to be like LeBron, I have to work much harder. That's a guy who knows his stuff.
Yeah, just aggressive there. Instead of going to one of his patented shots inside, Morris just simply rises up to be free.
Doncic passes to Porzingis. Hardaway with it. Guarded now by Morris. To the left wing. Leonard with the steal. And here we go. Beverly heading to the hoop. Hammers it home to polish off the break.
And, you know, the intensity Leonard plays with on defense is impressive, using his huge hands to claw the ball away.
Doncic passes to Powell. Off on the layup.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over.
And contact on the... And, yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Here's Leonard, and it's Leonard with the jam.
And busting it up the floor. Leonard showing a lot of energy on the fast break. If there's one thing he doesn't lack, it's hustle.
To end the run. Here's Porzingis, and there's the bucket. Staying with it on the offensive glass, getting it done. Porzingis has got it all tied up now for the Mavs. And there's Paul George on the assist from Leonard. George has got his first basket.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Doncic dishes to Powell. Here's George, and it's George finishing it off.
Boy, George so long in all limbs, arms and legs, and he covers a lot of space in short bursts of time because of it.
And a close game so far through the first two.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And we hope you enjoyed the first quarter didn't play out the way the Clippers had hoped. They struggled to find an offensive rhythm. And that'll do it for our halftime report.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Without question, Willie Cauley-Stein displaying his skills tonight.
What a welcome surprise that first half. Went above and beyond his usual scoring output.
Well, you know what? They've given him an increased role tonight, and he's taken full advantage of it.
On the floor for Dallas, Inside of the 4 and the 5 for Porzingis and Powell. Hardaway is out there with Doncic. And it's Finney-Smith in at small forward. Morris, no good. Fast break, Dallas. The shot by Powell, no good.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole because he is just not there offensively. You got to love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And, you know, you're going to get those buckets, guys, when you're quick to get out on the break. Get that ball up the court as fast as you can.
Hardaway passes to Powell. And the rejection by Zubac. Oh, Leonard in position. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
And it's good to see George concentrate on getting the ball to the open man. Excellent floor awareness.
Out to the right wing. Dallas moving the ball around. Powell kicks to Porzingis. Back to Powell. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. Zubac has got his 7th rebound here tonight. Pass to Beverly. Porzingis with the steal. Stolen by Beverly. Zubac the pass to Leonard. Got a hand on it. Doncic looking it over. And the dunk by Doncic.
Big time flush by Doncic. Man, this young fella really has a lot of game.
A guy who just continues to earn more minutes. You know, Finney-Smith is tough, and Greg, he is effective.
He seems to become a better rebounder every year. More efficient. He'll take charges, commits hard fouls. And I don't think we've seen his ceiling. Finney-Smith is a guy you can win with.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. Landry Shamet's checked in for Morris. Williams comes in for George. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Patrick Beverly. And a new group getting ready for Dallas. Cauley Stein, he's checked in for Dwight Powell. Maxi Kleber comes in for Porzingis. DeLon Wright, he's checked in for Hardaway. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Dorian Finney-Smith.
You better come stronger than that. Cauley Stein, a presence defensively.
That one goes in. And now it's just a 4-point Los Angeles lead. The Clippers have gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the 3rd quarter. It's Jackson with the drive. Zubac kicks to Leonard. Back to Zubac. Kleber with the rebound. The Mavericks have gone 3 of 8 so far in the 3rd quarter, looking to lock in that rhythm. Doncic, no good. Clippers leading by 4. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Cauley Stein. It's rebounded by Leonard. Leonard's got 6 rebounds in the game. Here's Zubac. And no good that time. And the Mavericks going the other way now. With his first shot attempt. And that one off the back of the rim and in. Brunson's got his first points in this one. It's Jackson with the drive. Lays it up and banks it in. And the Clippers lead by 4.
The quickness of Reggie Jackson, terrific. Superb at slicing apart the defense with his drives to the rack.
Kleber against Leonard. Pass to Brunson. Here's Kleber. Second half here. We're just over 3.5 minutes into it. And that one, good.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness. If they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Just the kind of play they need in a game this close.
You know, that's the kind of aggression they want from their floor leader.
And it just forces the defense to pay more attention to him, guys, which we know can open up things for others.
And here comes Leonard leading the fast break. It's deflected. And they're running. Here's Brunson. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed. Brunson's got 4 this quarter.
Nice floor awareness that time from Wright. Spots the gap and then finds the open man.
Fast break, Dallas. Here's Cauley Stein. Kleber, the pass to Wright. For the tie. It's hauled in by Zubac. The Clippers in the lead and stolen by Wright. Down low, here's Cauley Stein. It's good. This game is all even. Cauley Stein's got 14 points.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time. Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think.
That's exactly how you send it. 2 hands and down.
And out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession. And now let's revisit that exceptional mobile 1 block.
Emphatic with the rejection. You've got to appreciate that kind of forceful defense.
Here's Jackson. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
And with the defender draped all over him, Jackson has that strength to fight through the contact.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here. 6 seconds left to play in the third. Cauley Stein. The offensive rebound. Here's Finney Smith. And a great show through 3 quarters as we enter the fourth. Who will carry the day? Clippers lead by 5. And time. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard, putting the pass right on the money.
Terrific versatility coming from a big man. Not something that the majority of big guys possess.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. All right, now a chance to set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. Fourth quarter action, all fueled up and ready to go. Setting the floor for the Clippers. We've got Patrick Beverly. Montrezl Harrell is out there with Morris. Then there's Reggie Jackson. And it's George in at the 3 slot. And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. They lead by 7. And there's Morris. That's good on the assist by Beverly.
And they've done some nice work as we've come down the stretch here in the final quarter.
You can feel the sense of urgency they have to get this thing closed out as soon as possible.
Here's Cauley Stein. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
Yeah, no question about it. I mean, as they're looking to battle back, that's one of the key elements. You got to rebound. And the defense, no factor, which is why he simply laid it in.
Pass to George, to the middle. And Harrell slams it in.
And George is not just a scorer now. He also passes the ball well, looking to keep his guys involved.
Porzingis kicks to Cauley Stein. The 3. Rebound by Harrell.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Clippers moving the ball around. Beverly wide open. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Pass break, Dallas. Here's Powell. Finished off the break.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
And we're around 2 minutes into the fourth quarter here. To the inside. And Harrell slams it in.
And he just dangles from the bucket after sending that one through.
And you can see which team has the swagger right now.
Well, you know what? You don't want to do too much to get an opponent riled up. You got to be mindful of that.
Yep, it goes. And the Clipper lead is cut down to 7 on the bucket from Powell.
Dwight Powell certainly is high energy, and his hops help him a lot inside.
Clippers have gone an outstanding 4 of 5 from the field in the fourth quarter so far. Here's Beverly outside for George. Shoots from the corner. That one rolling around and rims out.
Well, you know, you'd like to see a little more effort there defensively, but maybe they wanted him to take that shot, baited him into it.
Finney Smith. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. And so here is Dallas. Porzingis passes to Finney Smith. And just about 3 minutes through the fourth quarter here. It's Curry outside. It's hauled in by George.
And that shot isn't the one they should be taking if they want to make this comeback happen.
Count that bucket. And the Clippers lead by 9.
Guys, not much more a defender can do in that situation. Harrell with the focus and the strength to just power through the contact.
Curry outside. Dallas, no good that time either.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
And the pass to Beverly. Back to George. Porzingis with the rebound. Porzingis has got his 6th rebound on the night. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Yeah, yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. Ivica Zubac has checked in for Harrell. And it's Leonard in for Reggie Jackson.
Good shot.
Boy, that's just tremendous focus there, guys. I mean, Hardaway Jr. doing a nice job keeping his composure in a tough spot.
Leonard attacking, and then Leonard with the dunk.
Oh, how about using the rim to get some true hang time?
You know, he just wanted to make sure the landing was softer than the takeoff.
Yeah, right. I don't know how much weight that carries.
Doncic passes to Powell. And the rejection by Leonard.
And just a big-time shot-blocking threat. Leonard's instincts on defense are just mind-boggling. Knows when to go after the block.
And the dunk by Powell.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
What, you mean the throwdown at the end? I'll tell you what, fellas, I mean, the highlight shows are going to pain them even more.
Finney Smith can't get it to go. Here's the Clippers. 6-second difference between shot and game clock. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And he moves so well. When Leonard drives the lane, it's pretty much a guaranteed bucket. Terrific body control, and he plays with the ultimate force.
And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. And here's the break. Here's Finney Smith. Excellent D there from George. Here's Leonard. Banked in off the glass.
And you can sense that these fans, these players, they are ready to celebrate.
And I think they can start that celebration right now. I mean, what a terrific team victory.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll wrap.
welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Dressed in their finest, the Mavs as they came through, and nothing.
Kevin, thanks.
He stays working and stays true. David, thank you. Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Anthony out there with Nurkic, and it's Ariza in at the 3 spot. And for the Mavericks, inside of the 4 and the 5, Porzingis and Powell. Luka Doncic out there with Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Finney-Smith in at the small forward. It's good from long range.
Well, it's really important for Tim Hardaway Jr. to find some more consistency from the three-point line.
Here's Lillard. It doesn't go for him. Nice D from Doncic. And so Doncic will bring it up for Dallas. It's a 3-point game. Hardaway finds Doncic. Inside. Dallas moving it around. Porzingis can't hit. And it's the Trailblazers on the break. Here's Anthony. Oh, and the jam by Anthony.
I know CJ plays the 2-guard position alongside Lillard, but he does have point guard vision, and that's a great find.
The pass to Hardaway. Out to Doncic. Outside, Porzingis. Pass to Finney-Smith. Here's Powell. And the rebound by Nurkic.
And McCollum has done a lot to improve his impact on the defensive end. Very active with his hands and how he challenges shots.
Well, the blocks numbers last year jumped up a bit. That's kind of a nice indicator of what you're talking about, GA. And he just doesn't get tired. And if he can give some more on the defensive end like he's shown, it's going to help out the team.
Here's Nurkic. Porzingis with the block.
Yeah, good luck getting a shot over the 7-foot, 6-inch tall wingspan of Kristaps Porzingis.
And it's blocked. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Ariza. Here's Doncic. Powell in the high post. Hardaway with a wide open look. Hits it from 3-point range. Hardaway has got a couple of threes now in the first for Dallas. Ball's knocked loose. And out of bounds as the Trailblazers gain possession. Lillard against Doncic. And it's McCollum in the corner. Launches a 3. Portland again missing. Dallas has gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. Here's Powell. Great pass to set up the lay-in.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad. Now, what a great option he gives them on every possession.
Over to the left wing. Pass to Hardaway. Back to Doncic. Here's Powell. He doesn't hit that one. Great D that time from Nurkic. Down low. Here's Ariza. The Mavericks pull it in.
And that was almost a block. Still did enough to alter the shot.
Yeah, altering the shot just as long as there's a miss. That kind of energy not wasted.
Passes to Doncic. Fires for 3. Portland grabs the miss. Nurkic has got his 4th rebound in this one. McCollum with the ball. Hardaway picks him up. And it's Anthony with the jam. And Greg, you play with some big personalities. Talk about the best way to manage egos and conflicts in the locker room. That's a very interesting topic.
No doubt about it. You know, Kev, first thing you learn from middle school on, your team is your family. And let's face it, all families have spats, and so do teams. You just learn to never personalize those things. Never leave any stone unturned. Like, don't let things fester. When there are issues, you address them. And if you're not taking things personally, you tend to be able to work through whatever issues you may come in front of.
Good advice.
Great to see when Melo spots his open teammate. Good at noticing the overcommitment that time.
To the wing on the left. McCollum against Powell. Hardaway for three. In the hoop for his third make from the field. He's 3 for 4 thus far in the contest.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from three. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
They get the rebound. Porzingis with the block. Nurkic the pass to Lillard. Tough possession there. They stayed with it, but they just couldn't make it.
And Kevin, they need to be consistent with their effort on the boards. You look at the box score, and they're at a definite disadvantage.
Porzingis with the block. And it's out of bounds as the Portland Trailblazers retain possession. .15 seconds left to play in the first quarter.
Oh, and just a soft touch on both ends of that pretty alley-oop.
I gotta say, when he threw the pass, I didn't know where it was going. Curry can't get it to go. Hood deciding where to go with it.
Yeah, Hood does a good job there of surveying the floor and being ready to deliver the pass.
Knocks it loose. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Trailblazers lead by 1. Stay with us as we get set to bring you the second quarter right after this.
When I'm training in the summer.
The team seems to support, Greg, that philosophy 100%.
The game has changed. Some guys would rather take a few steps back to get a cleaner look. Lillard being one of them.
And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. Guys, what stands out from the Blazers so far?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Yeah, you don't see that all that often, getting down there and doing that much damage in a quarter. You got to respect the game plan.
Here are the 5 Portland has to start the second quarter. They've got Whiteside. Collins is out there with Little. Then it's Rodney Hood. And it's Trent in at the 1. Here's Wright, just 3 to shoot. And it's Whiteside with the rebound. Trailblazers leading by 3. Here's Hood. The putback. It's good on the putback.
Well, Whiteside beats everybody to the ball, but then maybe the wingspan helps out. 7'7". Reach over the top, snatch that.
Cauley Stein up top. We play just over a minute of basketball here in the second quarter. That's no good. Misses his first shot of the night. Curry with the steal. Cauley Stein goes in. Kleba, the shot that time, not on target. Now the Trailblazers take it the other way.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
Curry passes to Cauley Stein. That one goes. Count it.
Well, the evolution of Cauley Stein on display here. You can see steadily growing confident in these catch-and-shoot jumpers.
Whiteside, good.
Yeah, this story in the second quarter much different than the one in the first. We're finally seeing some aggression.
Right outside. And Kleba now top of the key. And there's the pass to Wright. No one near Curry as he lets it go. Nailed from three-point land.
That's just a lapse right there. No matter what, somebody has to be there and get a hand up in the shooter's face.
And the jam by Whiteside.
Well, I would say that's as high percentage as you're going to get from Hassan Whiteside. He really takes off on those dunks.
Brunson finds Curry. Kleba against Collins. That one's in there, and the Portland lead is cut down to just 2 points with the bucket from Cauley Stein.
Now they're playing working to perfection there if that was their plan. And if it wasn't, maybe that should be their plan.
Now here's Little. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Here's Kleba. Over Collins. The second effort. In deep. Cauley Stein drops it in. Cauley Stein's got the game tied up here for the Mavs. For Portland, they've gone 4 of 7 from the field in this second quarter so far. Here's Trent, and the layup's good off the glass.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Dallas has gone 4 of 8 tonight from three-point land, shooting 50% on the 3-ball here. The kick out to Wright. Brunson up top. He's covered by Whiteside. Brunson, good.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Curry. And the Mavericks with some changes. Zinkus, he's checked in for Willie Cauley-Stein. Tim Hardaway Jr. comes in for DeLon Wright. And Doncic is subbed in for Jalen Brunson. Lillard laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Lillard's got 6.
Smart and aggressive. Lillard repeatedly dominating the pick and roll set.
Doncic kicks to Curry. Dallas moving it around. Pass to Kleba. Out to Hardaway from downtown. Ariza with the rebound. And it's Ariza with the ball for the Portland Trailblazers. To the paint. 41 seconds left to play in the first half. And Maxi Kleba is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul. And the Mavericks with some changes. Dwight Powell's checked in for Maxi Kleba. And Dorian Finney-Smith subbed in for Seth Curry. Hits. Count that one from Nurkic.
A much better quarter for them shooting the ball.
Mavericks trail by 4. Knocked away. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will take it. .32 seconds left in the first half of basketball. And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Post game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
Yeah, you can't fall for that kind of shot fake if you're the defender. Melo's selling it well and then finds his way to the free throw line.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
The Mavericks shooting their first free throw this game. And so he hits the technical free throw.
Growing up in the Bay Area, I worked out a lot and spent a lot of time with Tim Hardaway Sr. Remember the killer crossover. And Tim Hardaway Jr. continues to show why he belongs in the league after a lot of hard work on his own.
And I like how he draws the attention on the inside, and then the nice little kick out in rhythm for the jumper.
Here's Lillard, and the layup's good off the glass. Lillard's got 4 points this quarter.
Well, sometimes you got to take a picture and understand what the defense is giving up, and Lillard took advantage there.
And that's it for the first half.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to the NBA on 2. The first quarter for the Trailblazers was fairly even. They ended the period holding on to a slim 1-point lead. And that's...
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game that's been so far. Nice game. Great performance by Tim Hardaway Jr.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
Yeah, this is going that they're not going to play at anybody else's pace but their own.
Inside of the 4 and the 5, Porzingis and Powell. Hardaway is out there with Doncic. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3, the small forward. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas. And the basket by McCollum. McCollum's got the lead up to 7 now for Portland.
Well, CJ, as soon as he gets a step on you, you're pretty much done. Aggressive right there in transition.
Hardaway kicks to Doncic. Pass to Powell. The wide open look here for Porzingis. The three-pointer no good.
And they continue to control the glass. Well, you look at the career that Dame Lillard has had so far. Taken 6th in the 2012 draft out of Weber State, a small school, but this guy became a franchise player immediately for the Blazers.
And so it's Dallas with it. The Blazers getting the bucket. It's out of bounds. The Mavericks able to retain possession here. Let's take another look at the staunch defense during that mobile one block.
And that'll give them a jolt. Nothing like a rejection to light a fire under you.
Now here's Porzingis. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Offensive rebound. And he banks in the layup.
Well, when you see Porzingis attack the glass, you want to stand up in your seat. There's been these opportunities where we've seen him flying in for some highlight dunks.
Here's Lillard. He's got 12. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Luka Doncic. That is his first foul of the game. And thinking of Lillard, the numbers over his career are incredible.
And Lillard found his strength as a shooter, and boy, did he exploit it. He's been averaging 20 points per game almost his entire career, and he's kept adding to his game as one of the elite players in our league.
Here's Wright after the made shot from Carmelo Anthony. Over Little. Here's Finney-Smith. A beautiful reverse layup. Finney-Smith's got his first 2 points.
It's been their Achilles heel defensively. They just have not been able to control that backboard.
Here's Whiteside. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. You know, you grew up with aspirations of someday getting into politics. Any current players who you could see maybe taking that same route?
No doubt. There's several guys in today's game. You know, Harrison Barnes has the polish, and I know he's had some thoughts that maybe going in that direction. Teammates nicknamed Malcolm Brogdon the president for his stately demeanor and commitment to affecting change. I absolutely see him trying to have an impact socially moving forward. There's several guys, again, who not only have the voice, but the courage to speak out about things that matter most to them.
Many sharp guys in the NBA. C.J. McCollum, he's checked in for Collins.
Just a great alley-oop there. Teammates connecting. Whiteside with the jam. The D wants no part of that.
Here's Curry with the three. Buries the long-range jumper. Curry's got 6 points.
Yeah, that's too good a look to give him from behind the arc.
And it's McCollum off the drive. Banked in off the glass.
McCollum's got such good body contact. He had to have known that he was going to get hit on that play.
Cauley Stein against McCollum. Passes it to Finney-Smith. Now Kleba. Dallas moving it around. Curry outside. Brunson, good. Brunson's got his second basket.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grinded-out game.
It's McCollum with the drive. Out of bounds, it'll be Mavericks ball. Luka Doncic, he's checked in for Dallas. The Trailblazers also changing it up. Yusuf Nurkic comes in for Little. And Trevor Ariza is subbed in for Hood. Doncic against McCollum. The shot by Kleba, wide open, and a miss there on the triple. Portland leading by 6. Here's Trent, and he uses the glass on the layup. He has 6.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
Curry on the wing. From past the arc. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Whiteside's got 6 rebounds here tonight.
Yeah, just a solid job on the backboard. They are really controlling the inside.
How about the experience paying off here as Ariza? Excellent.
And here we go. Coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul. Seeing if that was the right call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Takes the three. And it's Portland with the rebound. 6-second difference between the shot and game clock. McCollum with the ball. And Curry picks him up defensively. And the jam by Whiteside.
Well, that's really a nice spot to find Hassan Whiteside and get him the ball. That's bread and butter stuff there.
And it'll go. And the Blazer lead is cut down to 12 on the bucket from Doncic. And so it's McCollum. He'll bring it up for the Portland Trailblazers. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
The Trailblazers shooting their 5th free throw of the game here.
A lot of questions in the early part of C.J. McCollum's career about could he become a valuable scorer in the league and really what position would he play. But after being the 10th overall pick in 2013, he's answered those questions.
And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Trailblazers lead by 17. And coming up as soon as we return from break, the fourth quarter gets underway. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, a terrific, unselfish play right here. Set up his teammate, and how about the setup this was?
What an advantage if your off guard can make plays so valuable.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. And on the floor for Portland here in the fourth, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Whiteside is out there with Anthony, and it's Ariza in at the 3 slot. Trailblazers leading by 15. Outside Anthony. Goes back up. Whiteside, good.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Doncic kicks to Porzingis. Left side Hardaway. Over to the wing. Inside and stolen by Whiteside. Here's McCollum. Nice D from Doncic.
He creates such a great opportunity right at the rim, and he just can't get it to go. Even with the defense not really a factor.
Left side Hardaway. Outside Curry. From deep three-point range, they get it back. Powell, that's good. Powell's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Such a big part of what he does for this team, just work and work on the boards, generate second chance opportunities, and hopefully convert.
Just Mr. Reliable again here today, Kevin. I mean, they need his points, and he's producing.
Doncic passes to Powell. Porzingis kicks to Curry. Doncic outside. The tray. And it's Hassan Whiteside with the rebound. Whiteside's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Here's Ariza. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Your son, Cole Gregg, was one of the top high school players in America. A lot of services had him number 1. Talk about what it was like going through the recruiting process as a dad.
You know, it was fun for the most part because he really kind of kept everything in perspective. And the teams we dealt with, the schools we dealt with, man, they were all top-notch. So that process, about as enjoyable as one could ask for. But at the same time, it's still stressful, man. That's still your little guy getting ready to head off to college.
Well, you're a dad and a proud one at that.
Got to stay in front of Carmelo Anthony when he's driving hard like that. The defense is finding itself in a very tough spot. That's how he got that call.
Mavericks trailed by 21. On the wing, Hardaway. Some nice passing here by Dallas. Here's Finney-Smith. In the corner, Hardaway with it. Again, the miss by the Mavericks. For Portland, they've gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. Lillard. Porzingis with the block. One-on-one here. Powell kicks to Doncic. Portland leading by 21. Here's McCollum, and that one drops for him. McCollum's got 9 points now in just the second half.
Well, McCollum has shown the ability to get inside and also finish. It's just how shifty he is.
And they get it. Rebound by Nurkic. Nurkic has got rebound number 7 for him tonight. And it's Anthony with the jam.
Melo has to be in position for plays like that. That time, perfect position.
Here's Finney-Smith, and they pick up 2.
Well, he takes care of salvaging that possession for the offense by getting on the offensive glass.
Doncic against Lillard.
Down, Melo.
A minute 42 left to play in the final quarter. Looks good, is good. That's his 7th basket in 12 tries.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Hardaway kicks to Doncic. He wants to get it to Nurkic and does.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for Portland.
The bench gave him a big lift in this game.
Hey, listen, Kevin, anytime your reserves can perform at a level that high, it puts you in an excellent position to win the game.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Hassan Whiteside.
Just does a great job of looking for space and then finding it. That's taking advantage of what the defense is giving you.
And he gets it to go.
Yeah, when Nurkic goes across the lane there, hard to get him out of the way, and he collects the offensive rebound.
Dallas again turning it over. And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Marjanovic checked in for Porzingis. Justin Jackson comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Wright, he's checked in for Tim Hardaway Jr. And Barea subbed in for Luka Doncic. Here's Simons, guarded by Barea. That free throw missing. Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Dwight Powell. And the second free throw, good. 44 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Wright. Dallas, no good that time either. Here's Simons, guarded by Barea. Chalk up 2 there.
And once they smelled blood in the water, you could see the killer instinct take over.
Yeah, up until that point, a competitive game, but once they broke through that barrier, it was all them. Complete control. A terrific movement off of the dead ball situation, and a great play to get the bucket.
Swanigan the pass to Hazania. And the rejection by Marjanovic. And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. This one was over well before the final buzzer. David, thank you as always. And that about wraps it up for Greg Anthony.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Coming right up. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. DA.
Well, guys,
He's certainly come a long way, DA. Thanks. Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Anthony out there with Nurkic, and it's Ariza in at the small forward. And for the Clippers, Kawhi Leonard is out there with Marcus Morris. Then it's Patrick Beverley. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's George in at the 2 guard.
Driving with a purpose. Leonard shakes off the hit, maintains focus, count it.
It's stolen by Morris. And here we go. Fast break. Beverly's got it. Yep, it counts.
I mean, blowing past the defense, Patrick Beverley gets up and down the court in a blink.
Anthony looking it over. Trailblazers moving the ball around. And it's Lillard missing.
Meeting right at the rim. He typically converts in those situations. Not this time.
Terrific talented backcourts tonight, Greg. Did it ever add anything for you playing across another top-level guard?
Listen, it raises the stakes, no doubt about it. You always want the opportunity to play against the best because you want to see where you stand. But in the end, even when you know a guy's better than you, and you're going to have that be the case a lot of nights, you still know that you will have an ability to impact the outcome when it comes to winning. And that's where you have to keep your focus.
And now, just over a minute played here in the first. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Clippers have gotten their first 3 shots to go in for them to start off this game. Good on the shot.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
High post, Nurkic. Out to Anthony. Shoots over Leonard. That one off the back iron and out.
4 shots, 4 misses, and you can sense a certain frustration building.
George, no good.
Not a problem when that's your first miss of the game. Strong start.
The homecoming for Paul George, playing in LA with the Clippers. They gave up a king's ransom to OKC. 5 first-round picks and Danilo Gallinari and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Now here's Beverly. After the miss from Damian Lillard and the dunk by Zubac.
Yeah, we're seeing some fireworks from them already.
They established the pace. They made shots.
And now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Nurkic can't hit.
Whoops. Got caught in between moves there on his way to the rack.
Right wing. It's stolen by Anthony. And now McCollum running the floor all by himself. Not going to go that time. The Clippers go the other way with it. Beverly dishes to Harrell. And Harrell slams it in.
And you can see their strategy coming in. They want to control the paint.
This is my type of approach. Get some high percentage looks. Then later, you can play inside out.
George passes to Morris. Beverly, Harrell trying to free himself up. The putback is no good. And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession.
And this has been a comedy of errors. I mean, you can just add another one to the list.
And Los Angeles with some changes. Landry Shamet comes in for George. And it's Williams in for Patrick Beverly. And that was another look at the aggressive D that led to the mobile one block.
And early in the game, a defensive play like that goes a long way, establishing the attitude you want.
Out to the wing. Down low. Shot by Collins, no good.
Even though he missed it, this is the exact play your offense is designed to produce.
And it's Whiteside off the drive. Oh, Whiteside in position. Here's the Clippers. They're on a 14-4 run right now. And Morris throws it down.
They've been excellent so far, coming in with a well-balanced attack.
And it's helped them build an early lead. They just need to stay aggressive.
And the jam by Whiteside.
Amazing. Whiteside sort of floats through the air, and that pass was on the money.
Shamet the pass to Harrell. Outside Williams. Now here's Shamet. D right on him. No good that time.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Here's Williams. And good that time.
You see, that is just rude. Kawhi picks it, triggers the fast break. See ya.
McCollum finds Collins with 1 on the clock. And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers up by a dozen here at the end of the quarter. They're when Damian Lillard's in the flow, there is no stopping.
I think in the past, anytime I got...
Greg, this is why they say there's no substitute for experience.
And I agree. And, you know, sometimes guys need to learn to be more selfish at times. You also learn, if it ain't broke, keep going with it. Ride the hot hand.
And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And quite a position here for the Clippers to be in. What do you think, guys?
Way to set the table. Offensively, they dominated on the interior.
They came in looking to attack from the get-go, willing to be physical and setting the tone.
Here are the 5 Portland has to start the second quarter. Collins is out there with Whiteside. Then it's Rodney Hood. Then it's Little. And it's Trent in at the point. Zubac is checked in for Montrezl Harrell. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Outside Williams. Off target from outside. Trailblazers trail by 14. To the middle. Here's Collins. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
Williams kicks to Shamet. Back to Williams. Pass to Zubac. To the inside. Stolen by Collins. To the right side. And Portland with another turnover here. Paul George, he's checked in for the Clippers. And so it's Jackson who brings it up for Los Angeles. And here's George for 3. And it's Whiteside with the rebound. Whiteside's got 4 rebounds in this game.
In OKC, Paul George showed he could be an MVP caliber performer. With Kawhi on the Clippers, he could be that 1B or that 1A.
Playing with high energy, outworking the defense up the floor.
And I just love it when the fast break results in a high percentage look. Not always the case these days.
And George gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. Patrick Beverly, he's checked in for Lou Williams. Portland also making some changes. Yusuf Nurkic comes in for Hassan Whiteside. And Trevor Ariza has subbed in for Little. Clippers leading by 14.
And PG, you know, he has the versatility to succeed in different roles. Doesn't have to dominate the ball.
Yes, and if anything, he's more comfortable scoring within the flow of the offense. With his all-around impact, doesn't need to force things to make winning plays. But if you need him to, he can.
Portland shooting their first free throw of the game.
And as a team, excellent a season ago, about 80% when they got to the line.
And the technical free throw is good.
Wearing the number 0 for a reason. Damian Lillard has it on his back for his city, Oakland. Just the latest star from the town.
Catching up on the changes for the Clippers. Morris comes in for Green, and Kawhi Leonard comes in for Reggie Jackson. He feeds it to Morris. That one drops for him. Morris has got his second basket of the game.
Yeah, and the defense has been on their back heels with the way they've been running the ball up the floor.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, we know that for years the NBA has thought about a postseason play-in tournament to get more teams and fans involved. Last year's pandemic stoppage basically necessitated its implementation. For the NBA, the disruption of business as usual enabled innovation and risk-taking. I don't want to be too hoity-toity, but it was Albert Einstein who once said, "In the midst of every crisis lies great opportunity." Guys, back to you.
You're right. Thank you, David. George finds Zubats. George against Anthony. But they'll get another chance. Zubats. That's in, and he's now 3 for 3 and looking sharp.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Morris with the block.
And a rare block shot from Morris. Anticipates the move and just times it out perfectly.
Leonard the pass to Beverly. Here's George. With some arc. And Damian Lillard pulls it down. For Portland, they've gotten only one of their first 4 shots in the second quarter to drop. Here's Ariza. And it's Anthony with the jam.
Doing his job on the glass and doing it with force.
And Greg, it's not everybody in the league who can make those kinds of plays.
You know, this is one of his specialties, keeping plays alive, creating second chance opportunities.
Zubats kicks to George. Good on the three-point shot. George has got 11 points.
Adding to this lead, he's been dependable and consistent at the offensive end.
Stolen by Zubats. And the wide-open shot from Morris. They grab their own miss. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's his first trip to the line.
And his percentage at the line last season, right at the 75% mark.
The free throw drops for Zubats. So Portland ends up going with the new group. And so he hits both. Here's McCollum. No points in the game yet for him. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Here's Whiteside, and it's slammed in by Whiteside.
And we talk about court awareness. There, McCollum doing a beautiful job spotting the open man.
Now Beverly. He has 5. Passes it to Zubats. Back to Beverly. Outside, George. And again, it's the Clippers missing. And so it's Los Angeles. Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball. Follow it.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. It was all about the Clippers as the game got going. A smoldering performance for them early. Thanks for joining.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Paul George really making a difference here.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
This is his challenge, to continue to dominate, to help them try to close strong here in the second half.
Well, we've got a moment. Let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Ivica Zubats is out there with Marcus Morris. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Patrick Beverly. And it's George in at the 2-guard spot. Clippers moving the ball around. Now the pass to Beverly. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Beverly's got 8 points. A new generation of players, Greg, coming into the NBA alongside your son Cole. We've got a lot of players who I think are going to have a long-term impact on this game.
There's no doubt about it. Listen, I hope Cole can have the kind of impact that some of these guys are, but look at the Grizzlies. I think they got 2 terrific ones. Ja Morant has superstar written all over him. Brandon Clark probably surprised some people with his ability to have an impact. And if you look at this past draft, Obi Toppin is one to watch. This is a guy with great size and length who was a perimeter player until he had a growth spurt. So those are the types of players that I think when you combine athleticism and skill with the way the court is spaced, man, can have a tremendous impact in this game.
Strong three-point shooter throughout his career. Can't afford to allow Beverly much room from out there.
Nurkic the pass to Anthony. Lillard outside. Floats it up there for Nurkic. Clock at 6, and he's going up for the alley-oop. It's stolen by Morris. 3-on-3. Zubac the pass to Beverly. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. And here we go. Trailblazers with a fast break. Anthony dishes to Nurkic. He can't get it to go.
And you know what? He's just not on his game. No doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team.
Outside Leonard. Up top Zubac. He's got 8. That shot off the mark. So the Trailblazers will take it the other way. Ariza goes in. Good work defensively by Morris. And so it's Morris with it. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. Leonard finds George. And here is Morris. In the corner, George with it. Pass to Leonard. Now here is Morris. Here's Zubac. Another shot. Hangs. And that's 2 points on the layup. Zubac has got 10.
And he's got such a great touch and feel around the basket. He made that reverse look easy.
And finished off by Nurkic.
Yeah, quick thinking, wins Dame, assists. Finds the open man and the ball instantly there for the finish.
Leonard on the wing. High post, Zubac. And here's Morris for 3. But they recover it. Out left to the wing. Beverly wide open. That 3 off the mark. For Portland, they've gone 3 of 7 on field goal attempts here in the second half. And it's slammed in by Ariza.
And how sweet a play was that?
As sweet as it gets. An exquisite pass to set up the powerful alley-oop dunk. Nurkic with the steal. And now Portland on the break. There's the lob to Lillard. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Here's Morris. The shot's good on the assist by George. George has got 3 assists now in this one.
Excellent pass, PG-13, keeping his eyes up, using his vision.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
And Beverly kicks to Morris. Zubac the pass to George. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. He's got 14.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
McCollum left side. They double team McCollum. It's stolen by Morris. Here's Leonard. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
And not quite as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half. Sticking to the high percentage shots, playing smart with the lead.
Lillard against Morris. Leonard with the steal. 2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Beverly for 3. Rebounded by Anthony. For Portland, they've gone 4 of 9 from the floor so far in the third. Here's Lillard. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. Lillard's got 5 points so far. George with the ball. From deep. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And so it's Los Angeles with a massive lead of 30 points here at the end of the quarter. Their defense has been active and effective. And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. Here's Shamet. On the floor for Portland. Collins is out there with Little. Then there's Whiteside. Then it's Rodney Hood. And it's Simons in at the 1. Jumps up, and he caps off the fast break with a monster slam.
He takes advantage of them in every way possible.
And Greg, he lures them into a trap on the steal, and then bang, straight to the bucket.
Great activity at both ends. Great teamwork as well.
It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. And Patterson kicks to Shamet. Just 5 on the clock. And Green slams it in.
He will put you on a poster. Green up top for the monster flush.
Simons the pass to Collins. Here's Whiteside. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. And the first one at the line is good. So he hits 1 of 2 from the stripe. You know, Greg, you'd probably know as well as anyone, what was it like going up against the Bulls in the 90s?
You know, it's weird to say, but in a lot of ways, we were a lot like they were. Hall of Fame talent at the coach, a defensive-minded team, but the one difference was, you know, the Bulls had that guy that wore that number 23. I think I'd say that might have been the one difference.
Man can't hit. It's stolen by Green. And Patterson kicks to Green. Back to Jackson. Pass to Shamet. There's the triple. That's good. And it's Jackson with the assist that time.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
This was obviously a focal point coming out of the break. Look smart when the shots are going down.
And he knocks down the first one.
It's hard to intimidate Whiteside because he's usually the guy on the end doing the intimidating.
And the Clippers making a switch here. Magruder's checked in. Just about 1.5 minutes gone by here in the fourth. Passes it to Patterson. Back to Jackson. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Jackson. Swanigan, he's checked in for Portland. The Trailblazers shooting about 35% from the floor. Not much falling for them. They get it back. That's tipped and out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession. Hezonja, he's checked in for Little. Here's Williams. We're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter in this one. Out to the right wing. Here's Patterson. His three-pointers off the mark. Trailblazers have gone 1 of 4 since the end of the third quarter. Here's Hood. That one's not going to go. George with the defensive effort. Outside, Green. Outside for George. To the middle. And Green slams it in.
But what about the athletic ability of Green? A real powerhouse who just knows how to bring the hammer down.
Hezonja, the pass to Hood. Down it goes. Nice one there from Swanigan.
One sign of a great playmaker, hitting his man in stride.
Williams scanning the floor. Green finds Williams. Misses the three.
That's a look you cannot pass up. It's also one you should miss.
A nice shot by Simons. Simons has got 4 this quarter.
Well, you like how aggressive he is making a play at the rim against length.
And let's forget the height disadvantage. He brings the effort and he brings the energy.
Hood gets the bucket.
Tremendous effort getting the steal, then getting the ball up the court.
You know what? We see this time and time again. Turnovers lead to a break and then points at the other end.
There's the pass to Green. The shot comes out. Now the Trailblazers take it the other way.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Clippers.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And out of bounds as the Trailblazers gain possession.
Boy, if you're the coach, you hate to see that kind of miscommunication between your guys.
Swanigan kicks to Hezonja. Down low, stolen by Zubac. There's 48 seconds left in the game. Pass to Patterson. The Clippers get another chance here, and that one is good.
Impressive job by the players, coaches, and don't discount the impact of these fans.
They gave the team tremendous energy tonight. The fans were fantastic. It was a true home court advantage.
Magruder passes to Zubac. He tries for three. Collins grabs the miss. Zubac kicks to Patterson. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And so Hood will bring it up for the Portland Trailblazers. No good on the shot. Here's Magruder. So the Clippers winning this one easily. All right, David, thank you. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Steve And the player introductions are wrapped up. The starting five. Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in.
Hey, Kevin.
It might indeed, David. Well said. Thank you for that report. And the Clippers starting five. They've got Ivica Zubac. Marcus Morris is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Paul George. And it's Beverly in at the point. And for the Mavericks, inside of the 4 and the 5, Porzingis and Powell. Luka Doncic out there with Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Finney Smith in at the 3. Now Doncic to the paint. Lays it up and banks it in.
You've got to remember that Luka Doncic is so much more than a shooter. He's got every shot in his arsenal, even amongst the trees in there.
And Doncic was part of a draft day trade that so far seems to have worked out pretty well for both teams.
That's exactly right. Doncic, Greg, was selected by Atlanta with the 3rd pick. He was then quickly shipped to Dallas for the 5th overall pick, which turned into Trae Young, plus a future pick. Neither of these young men wasted any time putting their stamp on the NBA. I do think their futures will always be discussed in connection with the other.
Powell finds Porzingis. Here's Finney Smith. Zubac defending. 5 to shoot. Here's Doncic. And it's good. 2 points.
There's a burst that allows Luka Doncic to be effective on his drives. You're not going to catch him standing around. This guy is in attack mode.
Now, here is George. They get a hand on it. Doncic with the steal. And they're moving it up. Here's Powell. It's hauled in by Beverly.
And really, despite that miss, they've had a solid start offensively.
And there it is for him.
Well, we know Kawhi will always attract lots of defensive attention, which puts him in a position to find his teammates. Pretty pass.
Here's Porzingis. Back to Doncic. To the left side wing. Finney Smith kicks to Hardaway. Paul George with the steal. And now the Clippers on the break. Beverly with the ball.
Terrific activity from Paul George. Sticks his long arms in and mucks up the passing lanes.
The Mavericks have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Now here's Porzingis. He dishes it to Hardaway. Doncic passes to Powell. Out to the wing. And there's the defensive 3-second call. The Mavericks shooting their first free throw of the game here. And he shows the focus there, nails the technical.
I'll tell you, Tim Hardaway Jr. has shown signs of being a lights-out scorer. And he's got the game to do just that. He looks better and better every year, guys.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Maxi Kleber comes in for Dwight Powell. And Curry subbed in for Dorian Finney-Smith.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
The very definition of quality transition offense. If it can end at the cup, it's exactly where you want it.
Now, here's Doncic. And Curry has it in the corner. Doncic passes to Porzingis. The shot off that time. And it's the Clippers taking it the other way. Here's Morris. Rebounded by Hardaway.
Boy, surprised he missed that. The defense just good enough to prevent that bucket.
And the basket by Curry.
I think he's adding more toughness to his game, and it's great to see Seth Curry stick with it and finish strong.
George with no one around. And it's off from three-point range. And here we go with Curry running it up the court. And he lays that one in. Curry's got his second bucket of the game to go. Greg, we see defenses continually adjusting. Analytics favoring threes and dunks. Which teams do you think are toughest to score on at the rim?
You know, it's funny that you think defense in today's era, but if you look at the 2 teams that were the best in their respective conferences last season, they're the 2 teams I think protect the rim the best. Milwaukee with Giannis and the Lopez crew, and then obviously AD and LA with the Lakers. Those teams have the versatility on their front line to be able to defend the 3 and also protect the rim.
I think you've nailed it.
Hey, you're asking for trouble now if you let Paul George get room to run. Excellent transition and superb at getting himself in the right position.
Now here's Porzingis. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Here's George. Again, Los Angeles.
You've got to be prepared on the catch to release quickly, and Paul George does that as well as anyone in the league.
Outside Curry. Back to Porzingis. Curry finds Porzingis. Curry on the wing. Shot to stop the run. Down it goes. His third basket. He's now 3 for 4. And here's Williams now. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. Pass to Leonard. From deep, George. It is not good. He's made half of his 6 attempts. 9 feet out. Excellent D there from Williams. And Leonard puts it up from deep 3. And so lots of scoring in that competitive first quarter. Clippers lead by 1. The second quarter. And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. And guys, what's your take on the Clippers so far?
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
And why wouldn't they? You see their effectiveness in the open floor. Very difficult to slow down.
Here are the 5 the Clippers have to start the second. Landry Shamet is out there with JaMychal Green. Then it's Patrick Beverley. Then there's Reggie Jackson. And Harrell's in at the 5, patrolling the paint. Here's Jackson. Got a piece of it. And here's Brunson. Inside. Here's Cauley Stein.
Cauley Stein.
And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And Green slams it in.
Just focusing on the task at hand, that's all you can do.
Boy, the tide is running one way and then shifts back in the other direction. I've lost count of how many lead changes we've had here tonight.
Here's Finney-Smith. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Count that one. Guys, 7 times the lead has changed hands here now.
Yeah, and that number should easily top double figures before it's over.
Here's Cauley Stein. The Clippers grab the miss. Here's Shamet. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Second quarter of action, about a 1.5 minutes played. Pass to Powell. Shamet with the steal. And here we go. Beverley heading to the hoop. Stolen. Pass to Finney-Smith. Brunson scanning the floor. The three-pointer is right on target. Brunson's got 5 points in the quarter.
What a beautiful stroke from range. Defensively, you've got to try to take him out of his comfort zone.
The pass to Beverley. Trying to come right back with the 3 of his own. It's no good. Here's Wright. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
What you appreciate about DeLon Wright is he knows his role and he's willing to star in his role. And the other part about it is he's been committed to his own development.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. Marcus Morris is checked in for JaMychal Green. Kawhi Leonard comes in for Landry Shamet. And George is subbed in for Jackson. The shot by Cauley Stein, no good.
Whoops. Got caught in between moves there on his way to the rack.
And it's Leonard with the jam.
We are talking about a solid 230 pounds. Kawhi Leonard's strength and his frame allows him to get shots off under duress.
Curry's checked in for Dallas. A lot of great talkers over the years, trash talkers on the floor in this league. Do you think they do it more to get themselves going, Greg, or do they do it with the purpose of getting under their opponent's skin?
Kevin, that's a great question, and believe it or not, you see both. I've seen guys who do it to get under your skin, and I've also seen guys that do it for their own benefit. That's how they derive their confidence. And so it's about you figuring out what works for you. I've seen some guys, they don't say smack. They don't say a word during the course of the game, but they will cut your heart out. So it's just about what fits your personality in terms of making you play your best.
Well, I'm glad you don't trash talk here on 2K, Greg. I'll tell you that.
No, we don't do that.
The Clippers have gone 1 for 1, making their previous attempt at the line. First free throw is good. And good on the second, so he makes them both. Now about 3 minutes gone in the second quarter of basketball. Doncic dishes to Curry. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
I love the aggressiveness of Seth Curry right there. Despite that frame, guys, he is not afraid of getting fouled.
Good on the second free throw. And so it's Leonard with it. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. George passes to Zubac. Porzingis with the block.
You know, when you drive the lane, you have to know where Porzingis is, because with his reach, he can sneak up and send that shot away anytime.
He talked about a back-and-forth game. This is the definition.
You have to love these kinds of games, scoring-wise, keeping everybody on their toes.
No idea why he's attempting so many outside shots. It's not his day, and he needs to either look to drive or get it to an open teammate.
And when you watch Hardaway shoot, one thing that stands out, he has a very quick release.
And, Greg, that's what makes the jumper very tough to contest, especially when he's dialing it up from range. You have to stay connected to this guy defensively. It's not easy to do with the other weapons on this team.
Down low, here's Hardaway. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. Hardaway has got 5 now.
When you think of Seth Curry, you're thinking shooting. But there, what a pretty pass to find the open man.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Los Angeles shooting their 4th and 5th shots at the foul line in the game.
And last season, as a team, they knocked down 79% of their free throws. So those are numbers you'll be happy with.
Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for the Mavericks. The Clippers also making some changes. Harrell, he's checked in for Morris. Lou Williams is subbed in for Patrick Beverly. Porzingis can't hit. They can trade 2 for 1 here.
Would be the right move, I believe, right now.
Williams gets the bucket.
A small frame, but big game. Lou Williams in the paint.
For Dallas, they've gotten a little under 50% of their second quarter shots to find the mark. 4 of 9 all told. Doncic passes to Porzingis. No good that time. The Clippers go the other way with it. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And it's George finishing it off.
This is how athletic Paul George is. An absolute monster around the rim.
To the left wing. Leonard with the steal. And here again, Los Angeles in transition. Up the court they go. And that one is good. Now it's a 6-point Clipper lead.
Yeah, after a first quarter where they struggled from long range, they've really started to get it closer to the basket.
And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by George.
Active hands from him as he's able to deflect that pass out of bounds.
Well, that's what you call a game of inches. They talk about it in football. We see it right there.
And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers with a 6-point lead at the end of the... All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody, good to see you. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. They ended the period holding on to a slim 1. Thanks for joining us, folks. We're now just a few minutes away from the start of the third quarter.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. Without question, George displaying his skills today.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
And part of that has to do with his mindset. He has been looking to push the action at every opportunity, and he has been in attack mode all night.
Inside of the 4 and the 5 for Porzingis and Powell. Hardaway is out there with Doncic. And it's Finney Smith in at the small forward. That's the lineup out there for the Mavericks.
Nice play, and you can see they're gathering momentum.
You want to continue to build on this lead. Right now, still a little too close for comfort.
Solid rebound there, and with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy. Loving the energy right now here in the third quarter as they try to take control of this game.
You know, possessions like that will help them feel good going into that final quarter.
Porzingis passes to Powell. Leonard with the steal. And here we go. Fast break. Beverly's got it. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Now, this is a small forward who, because he's 230 pounds, can hold his own down in the low post. That is nicely done.
To the middle. Powell kicks to Doncic. Leonard with the steal. Now the Clippers moving it up. Here's George. He can't get that one. Nice D from Porzingis.
You know, missed that one, but still a really good start coming off the break. 3 for 4 now.
Now the Clippers moving it up. Morris with the ball, and George with the stuff.
Well, that's about timing and precision and knowing for Paul George how to use that leaping ability to get that alley-oop.
Hardaway passes to Doncic. To the inside to stop the run. Yep, it goes, and the Clipper lead is cut down now to just 12 on the basket from Powell.
Well, their first basket in 4 tries. Can that trigger a little bit of good shooting here? We'll find out.
Hardaway with it. Leonard picks him up. Doncic. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Zubac has got 5 rebounds tonight.
1 for 5 has got to be a frustrating start, and they just don't look sharp right now. Can they find their offensive game?
Leonard finds George. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Leonard's got his 7th assist of the game with that last one. And Paul George, Doris, kind of a late bloomer coming up in high school. His older sister used to give him the business on the blacktop. Of course, eventually, he found his stride, and the rest is history.
It took some encouraging from older sis and his high school coach, who actually had to threaten him with running suicides to get the guy to shoot more. And think about it. This guy plays his college basketball at mid-major Fresno State. That's really where he got onto the NBA radar.
And Finney Smith gets it to go.
See, Porzingis should score the basketball, but he also recognizes when his teammates have a clean look. I love that unselfishness.
And here's Morris for 3. He can't hit that time. And the Mavericks going the other way now. Lets it fly. No good from Finney Smith. Los Angeles leading by 14. And there's Morris. That's good on the assist by George. And it's 6 points for Marcus Morris.
Oh, great ball movement there.
On the wing, Hardaway. From deep. Good on the triple.
I just love how confident Tim Hardaway Jr. is from long distance. This guy will cash in from there.
Beverly dishes to Morris. Wants to get it to Zubac, and does.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
And hammering down the two-hand slam. To the wing on the left. Dallas moving it around. Here's Porzingis. Powell, that's good. Powell's got 4 points this quarter.
Tell you, even with some physical contact, Powell gets it done. Love his persistence.
Passes it to Zubac. Back to Beverly. Hardaway with the steal. And now the fast break. Doncic with the ball. Lays it up off the glass. Doncic has got 6 points.
And not being as aggressive from the three-point line anymore. They had a lot more attempts in that first half.
Leonard finds George. No good on the 3.
Well, he hasn't proven to be much of a floor spacer for them. He had the 1-3, but that was back in the first half.
In the corner, Hardaway with it. No good with the triple. Los Angeles leading by 11. Here's Leonard. Tries again, and the layup is good. 13 points in the game.
Well, 6 of their last 10 points coming off the fast break.
Hardaway against George. Leonard with the steal. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Los Angeles on top. They lead by 13. And we'll get going after this from the American Airlines Center. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
Well, we have some elite passing big men in the NBA, and you love that skill. Wow.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. Our fourth quarter action underway, presented by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups. And the Clippers, looking at who they've got. We've got JaMychal Green, Reggie Jackson out there with Lou Williams. Then there's Harrell, and it's Shamet in at the 3 spot. Jackson with the bounce pass to the paint. Here's Harrell, and Harrell slams it in.
All too easy for Montrezl Harrell. That's the result of his activity and pursuing opportunities. Beautifully done.
To the inside, here's Curry. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Greg, so many people know your story. Born and raised in Las Vegas. It must have been an amazing feeling then to lead UNLV to its only championship.
I mean, Kevin, you know, playing in front of so many people you know has its pros and cons.
Right.
But to be a part of that 1990 championship team and the only one we've been able to hoist and to have my jersey hanging in that rafter, it's humbling, and yes, it brings back a lot of fond memories.
Like historically good, right? When you think of that team, what that meant, it has a historic place.
It does. We felt like we were able to etch our mark in terms of the lures of the game of college basketball.
Tipped away and stolen by Cauley Stein. Here's Wright. Makes it off the glass.
Well, DeLon Wright proving that he is more than capable of finishing with contact. That is well done.
Williams kicks to Shamet. Here's Harrell. And Wright pulls it down. And JaMychal Green picks up the foul. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Mavericks trail by 13. Runs in the pass to Wright. Outside Curry. Back to Wright. Outside Curry. The shot by Kleba. Wide open. Drains it from beyond the arc.
You know, we talk all the time about how important it is to have bigs who can stretch the floor. An example there. Well, hit a man in stride. That is a textbook delivery.
Dallas has gotten fewer than half of their 3-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9. Here's Wright. Good, and Curry gets the assist. Wright's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Well, DeLon Wright taking advantage of that handle and that slithery ability to get through traffic. What a pretty drive.
And the rejection by Cauley Stein. Dorian Finney-Smith's checked in for Wright. From deep, George. And again, it's the Clippers missing.
Boy, a wide open shot from his favorite spot. That is one he'd like to have back.
Yeah, this offense is rolling. They've been assertive, but they're also playing under control.
I think the communication on offense is working at every level right now. What a run for this group.
Down low. There's the steal. The Mavericks another fast break chance right here. Morris with the block.
Well, Marcus Morris, the frame and the length to block shots. That's pretty.
Runs in the pass to Cauley Stein. And Morris has got the ball here for Los Angeles. At one point, they led by 16. Beverly finds George. Back to Beverly. Clippers moving the ball around. Kleber with it. Guarded now by Morris. Here's Curry. Stolen by Beverly. And here we go with Morris running it up the court.
The active hands in anticipation. Patrick Beverly doing Patrick Beverly-like things.
Pass to Brunson. Now here's Kleber. Buries it from three-point range. Kleber's got 6 points in the quarter.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
Well, that's the whole point, isn't it? If you space the floor well enough, it's almost impossible for the defense to account for everyone. Well, don't let Kawhi's quiet demeanor fool you. This guy has athleticism and explosiveness. How about that in style?
Back to Brunson. Poked away. He feeds it to Curry. Takes a three. It's hauled in by Zubac. Zubac has got 8 rebounds in this game. Leonard kicks to George. And it's a defensive 3-second violation. And so he hits the technical free throw.
An extraordinary improvement over the course of his career by Kawhi Leonard. He has now turned himself into one of the game's best, if not the best, two-way player.
Catching up on the changes for Dallas. Now he's checked in for Willie Cauley-Stein. Porzingis is coming in for Maxi Kleber. And Luka Doncic subbed in for Jalen Brunson.
Well, he has such a great feel for what the defense is conceding. And Kristaps Porzingis makes a nice play on the inside.
George finds Leonard. Morris right side. Shoots over Powell, and too long on the shot.
And that's where you want to make the next pass. This guy is a good scorer, but the defense was right on him.
Quick job of getting up the floor and creating early offense.
You don't give the defense any chance to set up. Sometimes you just love an easy look.
And it's Finney-Smith with the rebound. This could be a turning point.
Critical possession right here.
Over in the corner, Porzingis. Curry passes to Finney-Smith. Doncic, bounce pass. Shot clock at 6. The shot by Powell, no good. Here's Los Angeles now. 6-point lead. Pass to Morris. Back to George. Good on the bucket.
Yeah, Paul George, a tremendous jump shooter. Squares up, knocks it down. The defense has got to be better.
The pass to Curry. Jacks up a 3. Offline. So the Clippers with the win. This was all right, David. Great job. Thanks so much. Thank you for joining. Up next, the Trailblazers. It's an NBA afternoon game here on this. Now a look at Dallas's starting lineup. Inside of the 4 and the 5, Porzingis and Powell. Luka Doncic out there with Hardaway. And it's Finney-Smith in at the small forward. And for the Trailblazers, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Trevor Ariza out there with Anthony. And it's Nurkic in at the 5.
And Yusuf Nurkic, missing a whole calendar year not too long ago, was still involved with the team during that stretch and was a fixture on their bench.
Yeah, shout out to my boy Nurkic, but hey, bro, you had some wild shirts on the sideline. I couldn't even watch the game. You was over there dizzying cats up, but I know you were doing your thing, but he would use clothing to call out other players, teams, and commentators. Nurkic doesn't mince words, and I'm glad he's back and playing.
So the Portland Trailblazers able to put the first points up on the board. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Tonight, Greg, 2 teams with a lot of history that know each other very, very well.
And sometimes familiarity breeds contempt. Yeah. And that goes for the players, coaches, and fans. This one might get heated.
I'm sure you felt that way many times when you play.
Almost every time I took the floor.
Good.
You literally want to dislike your opponent.
So it's the Mavericks now. After the miss from Damian Lillard. Hardaway with a wide open look. No good from outside. To the middle. Here's Lillard. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum.
Well, that'll get you a pat on the back from your teammate McCollum. Unselfish and aware, picking out the perfect pass.
Hardaway kicks to Doncic. Porzingis passes to Powell. Here's Finney-Smith. Dallas again missing. The Trailblazers have gone 2 of 3 here to start off the game. Here's Anthony. Oh, and the jam by Anthony.
What about the vision of Ariza just slashing the D apart with his passing?
The Mavericks have gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
That shot wide open. And about 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. Portland moving the ball around. Back to McCollum. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed.
Oh, you can't forget about McCollum from there, proving once again that he's not just a jump shooter.
Doncic kicks to Porzingis. Stolen by McCollum. And oh, here we go. Lillard's got it, the fast break chance. And there's McCollum. That's good on the assist by Anthony.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Hardaway passes to Doncic. Inside, Nurkic with the steal. And now Portland on the break. Here's McCollum. It's tipped, and they get it back.
And with his length, Porzingis can be very disruptive on D. Not easy to get the shot off over that huge frame.
Doncic, and it's good off the back of the rim and in.
It's all about the tail of the tape right there. I mean, his size advantage makes that jump shot easy pickings.
Here's Lillard. Good. Nice job down low. Lillard's got 6. Mavericks trail by 6. Doncic kicks to Finney-Smith. McCollum against Porzingis. Left side Hardaway. And stolen by Ariza. And here again, the Trailblazers in transition. Up the court they go.
Nice pass there to set that basket up.
And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for Dallas. Here's Porzingis. But they get it back.
His offensive skill set is off the charts. He has more than a few ways to punish him.
Portland leading by 6. Lillard, the pass to Nurkic. To the inside. Powell with the steal. 59 seconds left here in the opening quarter. On the wing, Hardaway. Out to Porzingis. And stolen by Ariza. Lillard outside. Here's McCollum. Oh, and the jam by Anthony.
When he's on the floor, offensive rebounding is always going to be a strength for them.
Greg, he keeps so many possessions alive, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. And the defense has to be aware of this. When you don't put a body on him, you pay the consequences.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Porzingis inside, covered by Anthony. And the shot goes in from Kristaps Porzingis.
And a little contact won't go a long way against Porzingis. What a display of physicality.
And that one's good. Doncic has got his second basket.
And really just unselfish basketball on the interior. That's the kind of pass a coach loves to see.
1 second left. The basket's coming early and often in the first quarter. Trailblazers lead by 4. And back in a moment as we'll get underway with quarter number 2. Damian Lillard.
Humble beginnings. You know, I'm from
Well, some of the best stories in our league are about guys who struggled to get to where they are today.
And I really hope the young guys out there are listening to this. You don't have to be a 5-star prospect to achieve your dreams.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And taking a look at the Trailblazers' performance, what do you think they're doing or not doing?
I mean, offensively, I thought they did a good job of protecting the ball. And defensively, boy, were they disruptive.
Great balance of efficiency and intensity, which is why they hold the early lead.
We've got Little. Collins is out there with Whiteside. Then it's Rodney Hood. And it's Trent in at the point. They're the group the Portland Trailblazers will start the second quarter with. Here's Trent, and there's a nice one-handed slam.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
The coaching staff has to be upset. You can't give the opposition easy baskets like this.
Trailblazers leading by 8.
And a bounce-back season for Whiteside. Got the minutes he wanted with Portland and showed he could still be an impact player.
Yeah, GA, he showed he's still a monster when it comes to blocks and rebounds. This year will be the most telling with Whiteside. He got a new deal. I want to see if he keeps pushing himself or reverts to lazy play.
Here's Trent. It's blocked. Now here's Brunson. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Cauley Stein's shot is good.
He has such a strong presence inside. Cauley Stein can be a hard man to defend in the painted area.
Whiteside, high post. The pass to Trent. Back to Whiteside. And the jam by Whiteside.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. Curry kicks to Brunson. Curry passes to Wright. Over Collins. And it's Wright missing. Portland leading by 6. Here's Hood. And the rejection by Cauley Stein.
And shooters beware. Cauley Stein is very crafty in how he rises up for the block. So good at catching scores off guard with his wide reach.
Here's Hood. Just 5 to shoot. Doesn't go that time. And the Mavericks going the other way now. Here's Curry. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Reggie, we hear this a lot. It's almost too popular now to say good offense beats good defense. Being a defensive-minded player yourself, do you agree with that statement?
Absolutely, Kevin. And the thing is, in today's game, when I played, there was an era, you know, you could hold teams in the 80s and 90s. You could go a quarter and keep them at 12, 15 points. You can't do that now. It's different. You've got to be able to win stretches of 2 and 3 minutes. And honestly, you're right. The offense does dictate far more, but it doesn't discount the importance of defense. And if you still look at the reigning champs and the teams that have won titles recently, that's still one area that they're consistent in is their defensive approach.
Hard to shake Hood's focus. When he's determined, he accepts whatever the defense throws at him.
Here's Kleba. but they'll get another chance. From outside the arc, Hassan Whiteside grabs the miss.
He's forcing things a little bit in this quarter, settling for shots that he'd be better off passing up.
Doncic finds Kleba. Cauley Stein, and he makes good on the layup. Cauley Stein's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
That's how to make things look easy for a teammate. I mean, you make passes like that one from Lillard, crazy.
Here's Doncic after Nasir Little's bucket. Dallas moving the ball around. Here's Wright. And it's Whiteside with the rebound. And so Lillard will bring it up for the Portland Trailblazers. 6-point lead. And contact, and it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the official.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Now, here's Doncic. Here's Hardaway. The shot will not fall. Some solid defense from Lillard. And they're pushing it up. Here's Anthony. No stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. Chance now for a three-point play. Tim Hardaway picks one up.
Give them credit. Offensively, they've been the more efficient team.
Yeah, and it's because of the looks they're getting. Their offense has created some great opportunities.
Here's Doncic. Powell dishes to Hardaway. They need this. And it's Portland with the rebound. McCollum right side. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up. McCollum's got the lead up to 13 now for the Trailblazers. Doncic looking it over. In the corner, Hardaway with it. Misses the wing jab.
With the D playing soft off him, he might have been better off taking it to the hoop instead of settling for the...
The clock runs out, and we're heading to halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K. Portland was looking great right away. You could see the daggers in their eyes as the... Thanks for joining us, folks.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next two quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it has been a runaway. C.J. McCollum really making a difference here.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
Yeah, the offense looks crisp, and guys are hitting their shots.
Here's who Rick Carlisle is starting the second half with. Inside of the 4 and the 5, Porzingis and Powell. Hardaway is out there with Doncic. And it's Finney-Smith in at the small forward position.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Doncic right side. 9 feet out. Out to Hardaway. Fires the 3. Here's Powell. Persistence pays off as they finally hit a shot. Powell's got the first basket of the second half here for Dallas. Here is Lillard. He's got 6 down low and finished off by Nurkic.
Rising off the ground with such intensity. I mean, when Nurkic is this close, he wants to slam it down.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket. And this is turning into a slow start here in the second half. Seems like they left that offense in the locker room.
McCollum, no good.
Man, when the ball's in his hands, that's as high percentage as it gets. It's just a fluke miss.
Powell, terrific assist, a nice finish. Solid play all around.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
You'd like to see a little more energy coming out of halftime on the defensive end.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
Doncic outside from the arc. The shot, no good. And it's Portland the other way.
And it was interesting how the Dallas franchise sold its fans on Doncic. Ownership told them, think of a 6'7" Steve Nash. Isn't quite the shooter Steve was, but is only a teenager. Great vision. Boy, he can really pass it. And it turns out Doncic is all of that and more.
And now Portland on the break. Lillard with the ball, and Damian Lillard with the jam.
Wow, the speed of Lillard. So masterful at making decisions in the fast break situations.
Over to the left wing. Porzingis finds Powell. Back to Porzingis. To the paint. Powell, that's good. Powell's got 8. And even Nash himself called Doncic a dream prospect.
Yeah, he said Luka was big and mobile enough in the modern game, can guard multiple positions, has a skill set, a winning mentality, and those leadership qualities. Steve Nash sounding like a future GM.
The Trailblazers shooting their 4th attempt at the free throw line right here. And the technical free throw is good. And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Mavericks. Lillard against Brunson. Here's Whiteside. Clock at 4. Knocked loose to the middle. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. And the Mavericks making a change here. Finney-Smith's checked in. Mavericks trail by 16. Cauley-Stein kicks to Kleba. Dallas moving it around. Here's Brunson trying to find Curry. He's got it now. Hassan Whiteside grabs the miss. Whiteside's got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Trent. It's blocked. Now here's Brunson. Guarded closely. Curry wide open. Knocks down the 3 ball. He has 7.
Oh, he just caught the defense napping. He shoots a very high percentage from 3-point range when there's no hand in his face.
Here's Lillard. And that one, good. And the Trailblazers lead by 15.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Out left to the wing. Now Brunson. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Another 3 for Dallas.
Yeah, there's 6 points on consecutive 3 balls. They're finding holes now in the D.
Feeds to Little. And it's Little finishing it off.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. Finney-Smith kicks to Curry. Back to Brunson. Pass to Cauley-Stein. And stolen by Whiteside. Curry with the steal. 7-second difference. Shot and game clock. Cauley-Stein finds Kleba. And it's blocked by Whiteside.
Yeah, Whiteside won't allow that. You have to work way harder to outplay a blocker of his talent.
Yusuf Nurkic. He's checked in for Portland. Carmelo Anthony comes in for Rodney Hood.
And the shots just continue to say no in terms of falling.
Here's Anthony. Oh, and the jam by Anthony.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
How about then not settling? I mean, instead of being lazy with the shot selection, they go right to the rim.
Stripped away. From deep 3-point range, and no good on the last second attempt this time. And so it's the Portland Trailblazers in command with a 16-point lead as the buzzer sounds. A look at the field goal percentage numbers tells the story of what tough defense they're playing today. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Okay, now let's reset our lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this 4th quarter. On the court for the Trailblazers, Anthony is out there with Nurkic. Then it's Trevor Ariza. Then there's McCollum, and it's Trent in at the 2.
Love the unselfish mindset. I mean, McCollum is always looking to set his guys up.
Mavericks trail by 18 to the left side wing. Right side Curry. Well, Greg, with your son getting drafted, you join the ranks of some historic NBA father-son duos.
You know, I got the opportunity to play with Arvydas Sabonis in Portland, and remember DeMontis as a little kid.
No
and now
kidding.
he's an all-star
No
last year. And, you know, I think you're going to have an influx of that in the coming years. Dwayne Wade's son is a terrific player. We know about LeBron's son's ability. He's possibly heading to the league one day. You just never know. I'm as a dad, it's going to get the opportunity to watch his son play, excited, but I think you're going to see more of this in the future.
Cole and Greg Anthony. I like the way that sounds. Brunson finds Porzingis. Here's Curry with the 3, and he's good on the 3 ball.
Their third three-pointer in a row.
Trailblazers leading by 17. And there's the foul. It's on Jalen Brunson. That's his first foul.
I mean, I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
And some changes here for the Mavericks. Hardaway comes in for Curry, and Doncic is subbed in for Jalen Brunson.
Love the offensive game of McCollum. He can score from anywhere on the court.
And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for Dallas. They get a hand on it. Dallas again turning it over. For Portland, they've gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the 4th. And Hardaway comes to help. Nurkic, and finished off by Nurkic.
And really the story of this second half, one team getting the shots they want, the other not so much.
Yeah, you can clearly see which offense is better right now. We'll see if that continues the rest of the way.
Trent can't hit. Mavericks trail by 21. And Porzingis, here we go. Sweet little floater.
And he has really great coordination to go along with the body control. Porzingis able to convert some tough baskets.
Passes to Nurkic. The Mavericks pull it in. Here's Porzingis. Carmelo Anthony grabs the board. Anthony's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Ariza passes to Nurkic. Powell pulls it in. Powell's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Here's Finney-Smith.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
First one falls for him. The Trailblazers making a switch here. Lillard's checked in. Both shots good from the stripe. Portland leading by 17. Around 3 minutes gone here in the 4th quarter.
Respect the leaping ability of Lillard, or you'll get dunked on.
For Dallas, they've gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Pass to Powell. 3-pointer. Again, the miss by the Mavericks. For Portland, they've gone 5 for 9 from the field in the final quarter so far. And it's Lillard missing.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there. Yeah, the D has not been able to keep the ball out of the paint at that end of the floor.
Nurkic with it.
And tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. Impressive win for Portland.
A beautiful pass doesn't always get you on the highlight reels, but there were some spectacular dishes in this game.
You know what? It was a team that was in sync and just trusted one another to take the right shots.
And something we've come to almost expect is greatness from this guy. Such an overall great performance it was for Lillard.
His vision and his ball movement impressed me the most. A tremendous night for him passing the basketball.
Catching up on the changes for Portland. Whiteside's checked in for Nurkic. Caleb Swanigan comes in for Anthony. Mario Hezonja's checked in for Trevor Ariza. And it's Simons in for Lillard. They get it back. And that one's good. Marjanovic.
Really nice job to convert the putback opportunity there. I mean, he stayed with that play from start to finish. That's something we say about him a lot.
To the paint, and it's slammed in by Whiteside.
They made the most of their opportunities, looking comfortable and locked in throughout the night.
That's why they're in the driver's seat right now, looking to put this one away.
Maria finds Kleba. Right for three. Portland grabs the miss. Simons surveying the D. Uses the glass to finish the layup. And the Trailblazers lead by 21.
And it's just competing, you know, giving your best when it matters most.
Well, this is what guys play for, and when it pans out like this, it's a great feeling.
A wide open look here for Wright. Sinks the three-pointer.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
Yeah, and they aren't just chucking up anything. I mean, they're doing a great job of creating quality looks.
And he made the right read on that play, but just couldn't secure the steal.
Yeah, you can tell he feels he should have had it still. The hustle was impressive.
Throws down the alley-oop slam.
Absolutely the prettiest play in basketball, executed to perfection.
I don't think you'd get an argument there. Everybody loves the alley-oop. Shot from the low block. That shot off. And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever spent. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll wrap it.